Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. Thanks for dropping in. Hope everybody is doing well. Today I am having a Black Friday sneak peek at Royal Bird from Diamond Art Club. When I do these unboxing videos, I am always very aware of people who are new to diamond painting. Either people who are thinking about taking it up as a hobby and they're just randomly browsing through YouTube videos, people who have maybe done a few small kits and they're starting to look for something a bit more adventurous, and mainly people who have never seen a Diamond Art Club kit, because Diamond Art Club are very different from the rest of the diamond painting companies. So in the video I will go through pretty much everything, so it will be a long video. So because of that, I will break it down into chapters. That way people can skip straight to the sections they want to see. So in the description I will have a list of timestamps. Find the section you want, click on it, you go straight there. You don't have to watch parts that you're not interested in. People who know about Diamond Art Club will skip most of this video. They may stop to see the drill colours. They definitely will stop to see the canvas, and that's fine. The whole point is to give a better insight to what you get from Diamond Art Club to people who have never tried them before. So after saying that, if you do decide to try Diamond Art Club, your kit will come in a box like this. It won't come in a grey plastic bag. So we've got a branded box, Diamond Art Club, do what makes you sparkle, diamondartclub.com, the website, at Diamond Art Club on Instagram, and Diamond Art Club on Facebook. So inside this box you will find another box, and this box will have the rendering of the graphic of the kit that you have ordered. So in this case it is Royal Bird by the Dutch lady. So we'll have a look at the rendering on the box first. So here we have the rendering, then we have a large thumbnail so you can see the whole image, exactly what the diamond painting is going to look like. Then we have Royal Bird by the Dutch lady. The size is 22 inches by 31 inches, which is 55.6 centimeters by 78 centimeters. Diamond Art Club, do it makes you sparkle, DIY, Diamond Art Kit, round. Now you can tell just by looking at the boxes with Diamond Art Club whether they are round or square. If it is a pale pink at the bottom of the box, it means it is round. If it is a pale blue, it is square. All inclusive, see back for contents. So we'll have a quick look at the sides. So again, part of that rendering wraps around the box, and then as we come down we get a small thumbnail, and again the details, the title, the artist and the canvas size, and that is pretty much it. If we flip it over and we look at the other side, again part of the rendering, but this time we get more information and a larger thumbnail. So we have 41 colours, including 1 Aurora Borealis and 3 Fairy Dust diamonds. If you are new to diamond painting and you don't know what Aurora Borealis or Fairy Dust means, if you keep watching the video, I will explain them as I come to them. Alternatively, you can look at the description and jump straight to those sections to find out about DAC Drills and Fairy Dust. Total diamonds, 57,772. And that is it. So now we'll look at the back, and we have how it works. So step-by-step instructions, 6 little pictures and a description. If you're new to diamond painting, it gives you the basic guide on how to diamond paint. Then we have the kit contents. A little bit further down we have warning, choking hazard, keep out of the reach of small children who may mistake the brightly coloured drills for candy and accidentally swallow them. So keep out of reach of the small kids. Then we have third-party tested for compliance with EU and USA standards. Diamond Art Club kits are tested by an independent authority to make sure they do not have any chemicals that shouldn't be there, and they don't have any excess chemicals. So they test everything. They test the packaging, the canvas, the glue, the drills, everything. I do not know of any other company that has this on the packaging. If you do, please let me know. And then we have the socials, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest and TikTok at Diamond Art Club, and the website diamondartclub.com. So now if we look at the top of the box, DIY Diamond Art Kit, and if we look at the bottom, we have a small thumbnail, the title, the artist and the size. The reason they put this on the end of the box is because a lot of people will buy kits before they're actually ready to work on them. And the reason for that is because a lot of the kits sell out and nobody knows how long it's going to take for them to get restocked, and some of them may never be restocked. So when people see a kit that they really want, they tend to buy it and just keep it so that it's there when they finally get around to working on it. Now that can end up in quite a collection of kits waiting to be done. So if you have quite a few boxes and they're all stacked on top of each other, you can't see what's underneath and you have to lift boxes off. So to solve that problem, Diamond Art Club put the thumbnail and the details on the end of the box. So if you just look along the ends of the boxes, you can find the kit that you want and just take it out. So you don't have to search through a stack of boxes. So that is the box. The box is sealed, so we have a cellophane, sealed cellophane around the box, and that is to help keep out dust or anything else that might get in and contaminate the glue or the canvas. So the first thing we have to do is remove the cellophane. So we'll get the scissors out and hopefully that'll be enough. Sometimes having nails helps. So take the cellophane off. And we'll go to the top of the box. In fact, before I talk about that, I forgot to mention, this is the new style Diamond Art Club box. These are very new. The older kits had this graphic printed on the actual box, but the new kits have it printed on a sleeve. So if you get one that has this sleeve on it, it's one of the newer boxes. So underneath the sleeve, if we go back to the box, you have Unleash Your Inner Artist, and that's pretty much it. The sides are pretty plain. So just a redesign on the box. So we'll go back to the top, open it up, and inside we have Do What Makes You Sparkle, a little cutout here, put your finger in there and pull. And then we have this inside. So a quick recap on the packaging, because if you have been diamond painting, you could maybe compare this to what you're used to receiving. So if you order from Diamond Art Club, you get a branded box. Inside the branded box, you will get another box. That box, if it's a new one, will have a sleeve with the graphic of the kit that you ordered. Inside the box, we have another box. So Diamond Art Club's toolkits are triple boxed. I do not know of any other company that packs their diamond paintings as strongly as this. So it's just something that is a bit different from the start. The packaging is very, very good. So inside the box we can see we've got the canvas is in here, and then we've got the Diamond DAC Club toolkit. So I just want to talk about this briefly, because the Diamond DAC Club toolkit is very different from the kits that you are probably used to receiving. You will probably be familiar with kits like this, where we get the pink plastic straw, we get the green boat that tips over very easily, and we get some pink wax. Diamond DAC Club looked at this and thought, yeah, we can do better than this. So they upgraded the toolkit. So they have, if you look at the size of the tray, much bigger tray. There are a few more differences, but I actually did a video dedicated to the toolkit. So if you haven't seen the Diamond DAC Club toolkit, I will put a link in the description. You can click on that and you can have a look. I'm just not going to go through it in this video because I think the video will be long enough. So much bigger tray, and the other thing is the pen. Diamond DAC Club's new pen is much more ergonomic than the pink straw. It actually feels more like a pen, and you do not pick up the pink wax like you do with the other kits or the other companies. So definitely worth a look if you've never seen it. So I'll put that to the side, and then we'll go back to the box and we'll take out the canvas. So underneath the canvas we have this, a little envelope. I'll talk about that. So this was what was underneath the canvas. We have "Thank you for your purchase" and a sparkly little diamond. On the back, "Thank you for your purchase" again, and another sparkly diamond, but this time the diamond folds up and it acts as a lock for the envelope. So open it up, and inside we have something very shiny. So we'll talk about this first. So here we have a Diamond DAC Club Treasure Quest card. Now these are not guaranteed in the kits. It could be that you don't get one. So it's a bit of a surprise when you open your kit. Have I got a card? And if you do get a card, you don't know which level it will be. The cards come in bronze, silver, gold and black, with black being the rarest. So we have the graphic of Royal Bird. When you get a diamond, a Treasure Quest card, the graphic will always be of the kit that you bought. It won't be a random card, it will be the kit that you bought. The only thing that is random is what level it is. To find out, you flip it over and it says Diamond DAC Club Treasure Quest cards, and this one is silver. So this is a silver level Treasure Quest card. Underneath that there is a scratch area, and if you scratch this off you will get a unique code. So the idea is, as you buy more kits from Diamond DAC Club, you will start to build up a collection of cards. Each card will have a unique code. So if you happen to collect 5 bronze cards, 3 silver and 1 gold, you can scan the QR code, which will take you to the Diamond DAC Club website. You can scratch off these areas and put all of the codes in. You don't put one in and then a few months later buy another kit and put one in. You have to do them all at the same time. So you would collect the cards until you had 5 bronze, 3 silver and 1 gold. Scan the QR code, scratch off the codes, and then put the codes in to the system, and you will get a $50 discount code for your next purchase. Now that is the lowest level. The next one up is $75, then $100, then $200, And the top one is if you collect the correct number of the different levels, you can ask Diamond Art Club to create a custom diamond painting for you. Now, that custom diamond painting cannot be copyrighted for obvious reasons, but if you have taken a picture of a wedding, somewhere on vacation, the kids, pets, just any picture that you really like, you can ask Diamond Art Club to create a custom kit if you have the codes. If you contact Diamond Art Club and just ask them, I've got this really nice picture and I'd like it as a diamond painting, can you please do a custom kit? They would say no. Diamond Art Club do not normally do custom kits. They only do it if you have the correct number of codes. So very unique prize, and that is valued at $400. So that is a treasure quest card. This time it is silver. I do have a video that talks more about them, so if you want to find out a bit more about them, you can look in the description and there will be a link in there. The other thing though, before I switch to another topic, the black cards that I mentioned are very rare. If you happen to get 2 black cards, like if you were very lucky, you bought 2 kits and each kit had a black card, scan the code, put the 2 codes in, and you can claim your $50 discount. So the black cards are very rare. I still have not seen one, but I know people have been getting them, so they are out there. So maybe you will be very lucky. So that's the Diamond Art Club Treasure Quest cards, and this time I was lucky enough to get a silver. So I'll put that to the side and I'll try and find the envelope that I lost. Found it. We'll go back to the envelope, we'll open it up, and we have something inside. Talk about this in a minute. First we'll have a quick look at the envelope. So in the top we have tips and tricks. So a few tips and tricks ideas to help you with the diamond painting. Even if you've been diamond painting for a bit of time, there might be something here that you read and think, oh yeah, I never thought about that. So worth a read. Then we have join our Facebook group, scan the QR code, and you can join Diamond Art Club's Facebook group, where you can get in touch with thousands of diamond painters from around the world and keep up with what's happening with Diamond Art Club. Then we have how to use and refill the twist and pick applicator, how to use it, how to refill it. The pen, as I said, is very, very different. And the video that I did about the toolkit shows you exactly how the pen works. I take it apart and I show you how to refill the pen as well. Then we have step-by-step instructions, again, if you're totally new to diamond painting. Then we have the kit contents, and finally save 20% off your first app purchase. So scan the relevant QR code, have iPhone and Android, scan the code, download the app and have a browse. If you see a kit or kits that you would like to buy, you will get a 20% discount on your first purchase through the app. It is only applicable the first time you buy through the app. Definitely worth using. So that's the envelope. The other thing that was inside the envelope was this. So Diamond Art Club, do what makes you sparkle, Royal Bird, the Dutch Lady. If we flip it over, we get a nice high resolution image of the artwork. We have start date and end date. Always a good idea to keep a note of these because people will ask you when they see the diamond painting. For me anyway, I take them into work and still the first question they ask is how long did that take? So it's handy to keep a note of the dates. Then we have the details, diamond colours 41, diamond shape round, canvas size 22 inches by 31 inches, 55.6 centimeters by 78.7 centimeters. All information about the diamond painting. Now, these are all pre-cut labels, including the diamond and Diamond Art Club Do What Makes You Sparkle. The reason they do this is a lot of people keep a logbook, like a physical book with paper pages, like they had in the olden days, none of this electronic stuff. So people have got these logbooks, and what you can do is just, they're pre-cut, so you can just peel out the title, put it at the top of the page, peel out your thumbnail, put it maybe at the side. It's up to you how you set it up. And then you can peel out the details of the diamond painting and the start and end date, and just arrange them the way you want them on the page. Then when you get another kit, you do the same thing and the same thing. Then you end up with a really neat logbook where all the fonts are the same colour, the same size, everything looks the same, it's nice and neat. You don't have to handwrite anything, and you can flick through just to remind yourself of the kits that you've bought. Could come in handy if you have someone visiting and they start asking you about your diamond paintings. Bring out your logbook, you can flick through and say, these are the kits, these are the images, rather than pulling out boxes and unrolling canvases to show them. It's a little bit easier if it's in a book. So that is the outside. On the inside, we have this. And this is what I call the key, but I think most people call it the legend. So in here, we see how many colours are in the kit. So it says number, starts at 1, and in this case goes up to 41. So 41 colours in this kit. Symbol, that is the symbol that is on the canvas, so you know where to place these different colours. The final one is code, which is the DMC code, which is a standard way of numbering a specific shade of a colour. And it's quite important to know what the DMC code is, because if you're working on the kit and you run short of drills for whatever reason, maybe you knocked them over and spilled them and lost a few, and then when you get near the end you realise you're short, you can contact Diamond Art Club. They will send replacements. But if you contact them and we'll say you're working on a blue and you find out that you're short of drills, you contact them and tell them I was working on this kit and I am short of blue. Now the problem is they won't know which shade of blue, because we have roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, roughly 12 shades of blue. So for them to know exactly which shade of blue, you would contact them, say, I've been working on this kit and I've run short of DMC 931, for example. So they know exactly which shade of blue it is, and they will arrange that and they will post out replacement drills so you can finish the kit. So keeping a note of the DMC codes is important. So these are pre-cut labels. So if I go down to 100 and flip it back, you can see pre-cut. The idea of that is when you're kitting up or getting ready to start working on your diamond painting, you can peel these labels off and stick them on the bags, or if you have containers, peel them off, stick them on the container, pour the relevant DMC code into that container, and it's done. That means you don't have to handwrite labels or try and draw symbols or anything like that. All the information you need is on that label. You just peel it off, stick it on your container or bag, and pour the drills into the container. So then you have everything set up, all nice and neat. No illegible handwriting and terribly drawn little icons. Everything's printed, easy to see. So that is Diamond Art Club's key or legend, and it is kept in this little envelope. I'll put the card back with it. So you just fold it back up, fold your diamond, pop it through, fold it over, and it's locked. Now the envelope is not just for decoration, there is a real practical purpose for it. It is to keep those labels nice and flat. If those sheets get squashed, the labels will start to pop up and they will start to stick to each other. And it can be very difficult to separate them without damaging the labels. So this envelope is made of card. It's relatively sturdy, it keeps everything nice and flat, and you don't have to worry about the labels getting squished. So I think it's a really good design. I like it. I think it's just nice to look at. I really like this little diamond idea that you fold up. If they had just done the sort of typical, just a slot where the top section folds in, there's always a chance it can pop out. Then the drills can slide out and start getting knocked about in the box, and then the labels start to peel off, and that causes a lot of problems. So I think it's well thought out, well done, nice and tidy. So we'll put that to the side and we'll go back to the canvas. So the canvas comes in a resealable bag, so you can take the kit out, you can have a look, then you can roll your canvas back up, put it back in the bag and reseal it, and then it's ready whenever you are to work on. So if you just get the kit, you want to make sure everything's okay, then roll it back up, put it back in the box, and it can sit there until you're ready to actually work on it. That's what I do. Like after I do these reviews, I put the drills back inside and roll it up, put it back in, reseal it, pop it in the box, and that's it until I'm ready to work on it. So if I turn it over, we have a glue strip near the top, and if we just peel this back nice and gently, don't rip it too hard because you can actually tear a hole in the bag, which you don't want. That way you're sure that no dust or hairs or anything can get inside. So open it up, and this is the Diamond Art Club canvas. Now even this is different because Diamond Art Club's canvas is patented, so no other company produces a canvas exactly the same as this. If you have been diamond painting, you will notice the difference as soon as you take it out of the bag and touch it. It feels like velvet on the back. It's very smooth, very malleable, pliable, easy to work with. It isn't starchy and scratchy. It has scalloped edges around the outside, and it is stitched as well to stop the canvas from fraying. Very high quality canvas. Inside the canvas, I'll go this way I think. Inside the canvas we have the Diamond Art Club drills, and even these are different. So when you get the bag, it's actually the right way around. When you get the bag out, you'll see a label on the bag. So you can check that just to make sure you've got the correct drills for the kit. And it says here Royal Bird, so we do have the correct drills. The reason that these drills are different is because Diamond Art Club actually manufacture them themselves. The other companies will get kits where suppliers basically just supply the drills. They have no control over the quality of the drills, they just get what they get. So Diamond Art Club decided they wanted to have the best drills they could get, most consistent in shape, no little tabs, no drills, some smaller than others or some taller than others, very uniform in shape and very vibrant in colour. Colour in a diamond painting is very important. It doesn't matter if it's a brightly coloured diamond painting or in this case a more dark diamond painting. The actual vibrancy of the colours is what really makes a difference. So Diamond Art Club buy in high quality resin from Germany and manufacture their own drills. So I want to go through the different DMC codes so we can have a look at the colours in this kit. And the first thing I have to do is find the glue strip. So we'll open this up. Sorry about the noise, it's just always the noisiest part of the video, getting this bag off. It will not go back on. So here we have Diamond Art Club drills. Now you'll notice on the bags all it has is the DMC code. It doesn't have bag number 1, bag number 2, bag number 3, or colour number 1, colour number 2, colour number 3. All it has is the DMC code. And they do not run in sequence. It does not start at the lowest number working to the highest. That is because the drills are bagged by weight. So when you're looking through it, it looks very random, but that is the reason. So what I want to do now is have a look at all these colours. I'll read out the DMC codes and I'll talk about any drills that are a bit different from the standard drills. So I'll just pick a string and put them to the side. So the idea of this is that people can get a much better idea of the colours that are in the kit. And for a lot of people, the colours are important. It can make the difference of whether someone buys a kit or doesn't, purely because of the colour. So here we have DMC code 160310, good old black. And the thing about black is some people really like it, some people really don't like it. So people are usually curious to how much 310 is in a kit. So in this one, that is it, one bag of 310. Then we have 939, 951, 823, 754, 930, 930, 931, 931, 6021. Now the 6000 codes are unique to Diamond Art Club. Because Diamond Art Club make their own drills, it means they can make their own colours as well. The reason that they would do that is they hand render the artwork that they receive from the artist. So you have a team of people who basically build up the picture, and they look at the original, they look at what they've done, they think, okay, we need to change this, we need to tweak that, and they work on it, they work on it, they work on it. And then at some point they might have a section where colours are merging through, and they think, nah, the standard DMC codes aren't quite doing it. If we had another colour in between these two, it would just blend it even better. So that's what they do. They will find a section and think, the standard DMC codes just aren't enough. So they'll create a colour. So if you have a Diamond Art Club kit and you see DMC code 6000 and anything, that is a unique colour to Diamond Art Club. That makes a huge difference with the rendering, because it isn't just scanned by a computer and left to the computer to make the decisions. The computer could only work with the standard DMC codes. So it'll look at colours and think, well, it won't think, but it'll look at the DMC codes and it'll find the one closest to what it thinks the colour is. And then it'll just use that. Whereas Diamond Art Club have a team of people who work on it together. So it's not just one person's opinion. They have a team, they all discuss it, they look at it, and they come to a decision. Once they have got the artwork, or as close to the original artwork as possible, that image will then be sent back to the original artist, and they will look at it and approve it or not. They may find something they think, that doesn't look quite right. They will send it back to Diamond Art Club and say, can you have a look at this section? I don't think that's quite up to scratch. I don't know how often that happens, but I know that is what happens because the artist is the person who makes the final decision. So once it gets signed off that the artist is happy with the artwork, then it can go into production. Now, the thing is, the artist obviously wants it to be as good as possible, because it is their art that they're putting out there and people are looking at, so they want it to be as close to the original as possible. And that is the thing about Diamond Art Club. They started 7 years ago. Their vision was to produce very high quality diamond paintings, and have them all licensed, and they have been since day one. Every single Diamond Dark Club kit, the artwork is licensed artwork. Now that's important because if the artist allows Diamond Dark Club to render a piece of their art, and they find that they can actually get some revenue from that, they may be tempted to release more of their artwork, which happens. There are quite a few artists now that have quite a few kits out there because people like their artwork. So they'll see a kit and they'll think, I really like that style, who is the artist? And then they'll go on the Diamond Dark Club website and they'll search that artist's name, and all of the kits that they have got will come up. So it's very important, I think, because then we get very high quality diamond paintings that we know the artist has approved, and we know that the artist is getting some revenue from the kits that we buy. Other companies will browse the internet, they'll look at images, they'll see something and think, well, that might sell. They will take the image, they will run it through a computer, the computer will decide the colours, and they will print it and they will sell it. The artist knows nothing about it and gets no revenue from it at all. The artist does not check the quality of the diamond painting and approve it. So the quality of the diamond painting can be very, very variable, to be polite, because other companies will also offer different sizes of a image, and normally they will show you the original artwork. So if you click on the smallest size, it looks exactly the same when you click on the largest size. The thing is, as a diamond painting, they will never look the same. The smaller the diamond painting is, the less detail it has, the less colours it will have, and the quality, there's an absolutely huge difference. And I know this because I tried it. I bought a kit, the smallest size of an image, and I think I actually bought the second largest, but it was pretty big. I did both and I compared them, and the difference is absolutely huge. So Diamond Dark Club only do one size, and that size is determined by the rendering. So when they are rendering a kit, they have no restriction on size. Nobody says to them, we want this rendered, but we want it to fit in a 70 by 90, for example. They just want this rendered as close as possible to the original artwork. That is the task. So they will do that. And that's why Diamond Dark Club kits have what looks like random sizes. It's purely down to the detail. If it's a very detailed diamond painting, the canvas will be big. It has to be to get the detail in. So that's why Diamond Dark Club don't do different sizes. They want it to look as good as it possibly can, and that is it, one size. Okay, so anyway, back to the script. There isn't one, but anyway. 6000 series are unique colours to Diamond Dark Club. So if you get a kit and it has a few 6000s, you know that they've really been working on it because they've actually made a new colour to make that blend in even better. So 6021, 927, 3750, 3750, 6001, another unique colour, 6001, 336, 336, 838, 161. Now the next string, 3072, 6034, another unique colour, 6032, another unique colour. So these colours are not found in the standard DMC codes that all the other companies use. 842, 3371, 6030, another unique colour. I've never had a kit with so many 6000 series in it. 301, 3834, 898, Z407. Now the Z code drills are what they call fairy dust. These drills have a special coating on them, and the best way I can describe it is like micro glitter. Tiny, tiny, tiny glitter effect on the drills. It doesn't come off in your hands like real glitter, you get it everywhere. It stays on the drills, but it looks like very fine glitter. Now that changes the way the drill reflects light. The standard drills, the light will hit a facet and it will bounce back and you see a white sparkle. With the fairy dust, because they have these tiny flecks in the surface, it breaks that white light up into tiny pieces. So it gives a different effect. So that is fairy dust. And you know it's fairy dust if you see the Z code. So that's Z407. The next one is Z159. So another fairy dust. Z3776. Another fairy dust. 3782. 3864. 3861. 415. AB 5200. Now the AB drills, they get their name from Aurora Borealis, the northern lights, where the sky changes colours, and that is because these have a special coating on them, but this reflects different colours from the drill. So when you have your diamond painting up on the wall, these drills are white, but as you walk past, you will get little flashes of metallic colour. So if I tilt them in the light, I don't think it shows that well on camera, but it's very obvious when you actually see them. So if I tilt this in the light, I'm getting metallic green, blue, gold, and I think that's it. So when you walk past the diamond painting, instead of seeing white, well, you will still see white, but you'll get this facet reflecting back a metallic shine. It is very, very bright, really eye-catching, really obvious. You sort of look along, think, if you're walking along, they change. So when you walk along, you get to a certain point, you'll start to see like suddenly this drill shines metallic blue, whereas when you're walking along, it was white. It's a really nice effect. I really like the AB drills. 775 and 977. 841. Final string, short one this time. 3860, 6033, 3064, 168, 839, 938. So these are all of the colours in this kit. And a lot of 6000 codes. As I said, I'm sure I do not have a kit that has so many 6000 series drills, which means it's if another company tried to do this, they couldn't, because they don't have those colours and they wouldn't get the blending exactly how Diamond DAC Drills got it. Excuse me. So pop the drills on the floor. We'll go back to the canvas, the bit that everybody wants to see. Just trying to figure out how it's folded. So we've got the top. So the first thing I want to do is switch off lights so we don't get. I've actually changed my lighting system. Now I've got 4. So I'm switching off 3. So that's 1 off, 2, 3. So now we'll have a look at it. The reason I switched the lights off is because we have a clear cover over the glue, and if I didn't switch the lights off, all we would see is lights all shining on it and reflecting back. So we'll just go with one light. Hopefully we can make out the picture. So here we have Do What Makes You Sparkle, Diamond DAC Club, and we will start the reveal. So I've learned this, when it first comes out of the box, the canvas wants to roll up. It will lay down itself over time, but I figured out a use for my phone. So what I do is fold it up and then sit my phone on the corner, and then we can see. Ingenious. So we'll just start to scroll it down. So now you can see the blending that goes into this is ridiculous. There's so much colour in here, even though it just looks like blue. There are so many shades, so we can actually see the individual feathers, and they're all blended in. The sky as well actually starts off as black on the outside, and then we get this sort of halo effect, sort of misty look. Again, that is down to the blending. It's done so well. So we'll slide it up, have a look, see what else we can find. But again, the blending and the feathers, really well done. And that is because it is done by people, not by a computer. That's nice. So this is a relatively dark diamond painting, but people have different preferences on styles. Some people like very bright diamond paintings, and some people like the darker sort of effect. And I think the people that are interested in those darker images would definitely be interested in this. It just has all these darker colours, but so well done rendering, and it's really cute. Again, it's just this blending, the way they've got this sort of halo effect behind the bird. The colours just merge into each other. There's no sudden changes like stepping in colours, and that's because they've got these 6000 series, and there are a lot of them. I saw quite a few browns in there, and that's how they're managing to get these feathers looking so good. You can see every individual feather, and there's highlights where the light hits, and then we've got all of this sort of fluffiness going on the chest of the bird, and the hair. Don't forget the hair. Really cool, really cute image. So it's got a sort of magical feel with these big stars, rather than just the little sparkly things. We've got these just massive stars that just tie in with the colour scheme. It's really nice, I like it. I do have quite a few darker images. When I hang them up in the wall, this one would definitely fit in with them. So the key isn't too huge. 41 colours, that's not too many. I think normally Diamond Art Club, I'm sort of the high 70s to 80, very common. So they've done a really good job using very few colours. Really nice. Cool. So we'll skip down to the bottom corner. I'll talk about this a lot. I've been talking about it in a lot of videos because I think it's important. And I did talk about it earlier actually, but it's this part down here. We have Royal Bird, we have the size, then we have copyright, the Dutch lady, licensed by LSR Licensing, Diamond Art Club, registered trademark. As I said before, all of Diamond Art Club kits are licensed. That means that the artists get revenue. Because of that, they see that there's a new avenue for them to maybe reach people who may never have seen their art. Diamond painters are sort of something, I would say we're a niche, because most people I speak to, if I mention diamond painting, they have no idea what I'm talking about. But it's a sort of niche area, and I think a lot of artists can get interest from new people through the Diamond Art Club stuff, because I hang these up at work, and and I put a little note beside it, and I mention the original artist and how long it took and how many drills are on it. So people can, even if they're not interested in doing a diamond painting, they might really like the artwork, so they may go and browse that artist, and they may even at some point actually buy a print or an original or whatever. So it sort of opens up as more exposure for that artist. So I think it's very important because, as I said before, we get really high quality because the artist has approved it. They obviously want it to be as good as possible. So we get really high quality diamond paintings, the original artist gets some revenue, and hopefully they start to release more of their artwork. And quite a few artists have done that. Some people actually collect artwork from specific artists as well. You can go on the Diamond Art Club website and just search the Dutch Lady, for example, and you will see the other pieces that she has allowed Diamond Art Club to render. So the other thing is the cover. Now, poured glue and clear covers are nothing new. They've been going for a long time. Most companies now go for this because the double-sided adhesive had a lot of problems, a lot of issues, because the way that the double-sided adhesive kits are done is they basically lay down a sheet of glue, like sticky tape, and in production you can get air bubbles underneath that tape, and it means that when you get the kit you get a lot of little lines, and it's because there is air trapped underneath. So you have to get a craft knife with something very sharp and slice them to let that air out so that the glue sits flat. With poured glue you don't have that problem. The glue is poured onto the canvas, so there are no air bubbles. It also allows you to slide the drills. The double-sided adhesive is very sticky. When you place a drill, if you try and slide it, it's really hard to get it to move if you're just sort of slightly off position. The poured glue allows you to slide drills. It makes it a lot easier. So that is pretty standard. The thing that isn't standard is the actual cover. The other companies provide normally one big sheet of clear cover, and that can be difficult to work with. So what people do is they either use washi tape, which is a not that sticky tape. I call it wishy-washy tape because it's not that sticky, but it's sticky enough to stick to the cover. So what people do is they use this. It comes in various patterns and colours, almost limitless. But what they do is they use this tape and they'll put strips down at even distances, and then they'll put strips across at even distances, and then they will cut up the washi tape and then cut out a section. The reason they do that is because if you try and cut the clear cover, it's like cellophane. You try and cut it and it just wanders. The cut doesn't go straight. So they put the tape down and then they can cut up the tape and get nice straight cuts, cut out a section and work on it. That's one way that people do it. The other way is by using what they call release papers. I'm just going to get some. So these are release papers. So some people will take the cover off and they will recover the canvas with these and have them slightly overlapping so they're easy to pick up. So just as an example, if I had taken the cover off and then stuck these down, obviously they don't stick because the cover is there, but you would take the cover off, and just as an example it would be something like this. So the whole thing would be covered in release paper. And then I'll start in the bottom right hand corner, it's just my preference. So I would peel this off and then I would work on that section. If I didn't finish it, I would put the release paper back on and press it down on the glue so it sticks. And then it covers the drills, so no dust or anything gets in between the drills that I've placed. Maybe come back again another time and then fill in the rest. So then this whole section would be drills. The problem then is if I set the release paper on it, it would be like this. There's no glue, so it just gets knocked and it slides all over the place. Dust, hair, crumbs can get in between the drills while you're working on the rest. So Diamond Art Club are very aware of how people work on their diamond paintings, and they're always looking for ways to improve things, make life easier for the diamond painter. So they came up with the idea of perforated release paper, or sorry, perforated cover, which is like release paper. So this cover has grey dashes on it that you hopefully can see. These are where the perforations are. So when it's put down, it isn't matched exactly to the edge. So you will get sizes that are like a square and a bit. Sometimes it's a small bit, sometimes it's nearly 2 squares. But if I was working on this kit, the first perforation is here and it goes across here. So it would just be this little section. So I wouldn't work on that. I'd want some a bit more than that. So I would go along to the second perforation, put my finger the opposite side and then tear up. Now that's the first perforation there. So I'd be working on a rectangle that size. I would work on it. If I hadn't finished it, I would just flip this back over. It covers the glue, it covers the drills. Come back again, flip it up, and work on the rest and finish it. But this time, I can still cover it because I didn't rip off the cover at the top. So all I do is fold it back, and it covers the drills that I've already placed. It stops any dust, crumbs, pet hairs, anything getting in between the drills while I'm working on the next section. So I've been using this system pretty much, well, yeah, since Diamond Art Club started doing it. They have changed it and modified it. Originally, the original cover was quite thin, and it caused problems trying to rip the perforation at times. So they listened to feedback and they made the cover a bit thicker, so it's a lot easier now to tear along those perforations. But this is the way that I work the Diamond Art Club kits. I really like it. I think it's a really good idea, and I like the fact that Diamond Art Club took the time and the money to actually make this happen, to try and make life easier for diamond painters. Now you don't have to mess about with washi tape, making sections and having to cut them. You don't have to put down release papers and then take them all back off again as you work on it. It's just a matter of rolling the canvas out, and then you can just start working on it. Just tear it. If you want to work bigger sections, you don't tear it at the first one. You maybe go to the second one, make it bigger. The default size for these squares is 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. My wife likes to work in 3 sections at one time. So she'll open up like 3 squares wide and flip that up. That's just how she likes to work. I like to work 10 by 10. I prefer to have as little glue exposed as possible so nothing can accidentally stick to it. But she prefers to work 3 sections long. So yeah, it's really up to you how you work it. So that is pretty much it. The final thing I want to do is have a really close-up look at the print, so we can get a better idea of how the whole image is put together and a better idea of what it is going to look like to work on. So I'm going to set up, I'll get the camera a lot closer and we can have a look. So now we are having a much closer look at the print. So we can see the print quality, see how clear the symbols are they easy to read, do we have any faded print, double print, missing print? Nothing at all, absolutely perfect, easy to actually see, and it gives us an idea of what it would be like to work on this kit. Does it have a lot of confetti where you're chopping and changing colours a lot in a small area, or does it have large areas where multiplacers could be used? It has both. I would actually say a lot of areas for a multiplacer. Just coming up past his eye, and then we're coming up to all that wispy hair he has on top of his head. I am very jealous of that. So yeah, you can see how it's put together, and as you can see, plenty of scope for a multiplacer if you are a multiplacer user, plenty of scope for checkerboard if you are not. So that is it. That was a close-up look at Royal Bird from Diamond Art Club. So that was a Black Friday sneak peek at Royal Bird from Diamond Art Club. I think this is definitely one that is going to appeal to people who prefer the darker diamond paintings. No bright, brash, bold colours in this one. All subdued, sort of midnight colours. A little bit of magic there with the stars going on as well. So yeah, it's very well done. I'm sure a lot of work went into this one because we have so many 6000 series drills, these custom colours that Diamond Art Club do, just to make sure that blending is just right. So a lot of work has gone into it, and again, I think it really shows. The hand rendering is a step above just a normal computer rendering, in my opinion. Yeah, it's definitely one that will appeal to a lot of people who are looking for something really cool but toned down a lot, nothing too bright. So as I said, it is a sneak peek, so it is not yet available on the Diamond Art Club website, and it will not become available until Thursday, November 27th at 9 p.m. for Ruby and Diamond members. I have to read it because the times are so different. That is Ruby and Diamond members. If you do not know what a Ruby or Diamond member is, general release is on Friday, the 28th of November at 7 a.m. PST. Now, if you live in a different time zone, you will have to ask Google what that time in PST is in your time. That is what I have had to do. So if it's something that appeals to you, make sure that you are there nice and sharp, because anybody who knows about Diamond Art Club's Black Friday knows that there are a lot of people sitting there just waiting to get the kits that they like. So you have to be quick. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.